I love music. It just does something to me, and it doesn't matter whether it's a great jazz piece or whether it's a classical piece. It's just, sometimes I get tears in my eyes. It's just it's the universal language that everybody understands. It makes me keenly aware of the beauty in this world, of which there is a lot. I'm paralyzed from the waist down, and that happened when I was 23 years old. I had finished college, and I had not gone on to graduate school. It's a reality check. I figured I had to, pursue what I really wanted to pursue, which was a medical degree, and I was fortunate to get into medical school 10 months after I got out of the hospital from my car accident. It has taught me that I actually have capabilities that I never thought of. As far as music is concerned, I started playing the piano when I was 5 years old. I've owned quite a few different pianos. I figured, why not get something that I really want? Why do I keep substituting a piano, this piano and that piano? And I've made all the mistakes where you buy things, you think they're great, and they're not, but you end up usually spending a lot more money than you would have if you had bought the right thing the first time. I looked around everywhere for different pianos, and I noticed online that there were a lot of advertisement for this company called Lindeblad Piano, which I didn't know anything about. And I saw this man, Todd Lindeblad, walking around through the shop there, and I became fascinated because it looked like most, if not all, the work essentially was still hand done, and a lot of the technicians there had trained at the Steinway factory. So again, after talking to many people, listening to many pianos, I saw this ad from the Lindeblad company, and I said, there's got to be something to this company. If they're selling pianos to Grammy winners, and they're selling pianos all over the place, and factories selling a lot of pianos, and then I find out that they started in 1920, and at this point that's 100 years old. And I said, there's got to be something to this with the family doing this for so long. So I called Todd. He was the most accessible person I've ever run into. And he said, what are you interested in? And he didn't really steer me one way or the other. He said, you want something new? Do you want something restored? I said, well, I just don't know about the restored. He said, if it was a Steinway, it will be all Steinway factory parts. And I said, well, this is making sense now. I spoke to the gentleman that makes the soundboards, and I said, well, this is really crazy that I'm actually talking to people that are the technicians. I mean, usually you don't get to talk to people that easily, and it was simple. Todd just said, whoever you want to talk to, call you back. They called me right back. He'll call you at 1. They called me at 1. The piano for me was affordable, and it's something I always wanted, and he helped me instantly acquire a loan very quickly. It was a non-issue. Basically said that this is how long it will take. We do have a 1909 concert grand piano that we can restore completely. And I said, yeah, let's do it. This piano is just wonderful. I just couldn't believe that these people were as good as they seemed on the ad online, and they are, in fact, they true to their word. I talked with Todd's father, Paul, at length. He said, call me anytime about the action. He said, what are you looking for? I said, I'm looking for a piano that will play classical and jazz. I'm looking for a piano that has just got that bright sound, but it's not too piercing, but it's got to be the same all through the range, the bass treble range. And he said, okay, we can do that. He advised me on the hammers to buy. I said I need a light touch. He also said that you don't want to go too light because you won't be able to, if you depress the key, it won't return. So he said, I'll make it as light as I can. He said, okay, if you get it and you're not happy with it, then we'll fix it. The big day was a Saturday, and the movers that the Lindeblad company had hired were great. They set the piano up, and I was very nervous when they touched the keys. And that was it. The second I hit the keys, everything was exactly what was in my head, which really shocked me. I expected, there's so much variability that there's no way it can be perfect the first time, but it was. And it's just a sound that I have always longed for. And I had my piano tuner come, who's very experienced. He's did a lot of tunings for the Mozart Festival. He was in Austria, and I asked him, I said, what do you think of this piano? He said, it's just absolutely beautiful. It's just first class, excellent, the finish, everything. I just couldn't be happier. He liked this piano better than the ones in the auditorium where concert pianists play. He said, this is the first class, top quality, just doesn't get any better than what you have here. He said you functionally have a brand new Steinway concert grand piano, period. It's rarely that you ever get what you expect, and then you always expect, because you're dealing with human beings, that, there is something that's not going to be right. I can't say anything bad about this whole transaction. That's what you want. You want that pure sound, you want the resonance, and this piano has it all. To me, this is a brand new Steinway concert grand piano at about the fourth or fifth the price of a brand new one. I mean, I understand where Steinway is coming from, I get that, but the people that worked on this piano had worked at the Steinway factory. So this is not like people that had trained somewhere and put in Steinway. These are people that had actually built Steinway pianos for the company, Steinway. So to me, this is no different than going to the factory and buying a new Steinway piano. It just exceeded my expectations, and my expectations were pretty high. So I just love this piano. I was always trying to find, they're going to miss this, or they're going to miss, or something's not going to be right. So I was very skeptical about the whole purchase, and it's just been a wonderful experience to be able to have a beautiful instrument like this. I would highly recommend going through Lindeblad. And I'm not receiving anything back from this interview or anything. I just wanted to do this because I believe that this is a company that walks like they talk, they stand behind their product, and if you want a first-rate, first-class Steinway piano, I can't think of any place else to get one.